This is where Umzi came about.
Yeah.
I used to buy a lot of shoes from all the importers locally,
Yeah.
all the stores that you know.
Yeah.
So I think as time went by, I realized that we are all wearing the same shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I decided to try and get something, especially being a corporate girl,
Yes.
to try and bring a little bit of excitement
Yes.
because we are known
Yes.
for wearing
I mean,
black or brown shoes.
right.
And I was like, oh, we've been doing this forever.
But I mean, your creativity comes through even in the glasses you're wearing. Like, you are clearly the type of girl who, even in your simplicity, you have just that pizzazz that makes you stand out a little bit. I suppose that's probably what the shoe thing was for you. It was that hunger of
exactly.
like getting that extra little.
And it shouldn't be too much.
Yeah.
So in 2013, after I had my last born, I just decided to go to Brazil and said to myself, you know what, let me just try to bring something different. Let me see what? Brazil holds. So I went to my shoe closet and I looked at my shoes and I'm like, okay, they are all from Brazil mostly.
Wait,
So,
how did you figure out that they were all from Brazil?
I think it's
Did
because
you like take the shoe
brands.
and you Googled and...
The thing is,
you just
I already knew about them.
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
I could see the difference between the Brazilian and the Italian shoes.
Wow.
And when I looked at our structure as Southern Africans as a whole, I realized that, okay, Brazil will work better for us because Italian shoes are slightly narrow.
Yeah.
So that's how the decision to start in Brazil started from. So I went to Brazil, fast forward, I went to Brazil. When I was in Brazil, I didn't even know anyone. I just researched through Google. First mistake, I went to a wrong city. The shoes were scary. It was something that I didn't expect. I can't even explain how traumatized I was.
So you literally just left home and said, I'm going to go to Brazil looking for shoes. You didn't even know where in Brazil you were going, or you thought maybe it could be a certain city, and then it turned out not to be that city.
Yes, I knew that in these different countries, when you saw something, you will find that they specialize per region.
Okay.
So I went to a region which was known for shoes, only to find that it was for local shoes, not the export market.
Yeah,
so that's how it started, you know.
Okay.
And the next trip,
I
went to the right export region.
Wait, so then you go to Brazil, you go to the city, you're like, oh, this is not it. You go back, you come back home. So trip wasted.
Yeah, I try to, you will try to make financial sense out of it. I'm like, no, I got to find something that's going to work. Yes, I did. So I just said, as long as I can cover the trip, that is okay.
Yeah.
So I did that and I went back the following month because I didn't believe in defeat.
Yeah.
I said, no, there's no way.
Yeah. And when you went, sorry, I keep disturbing you, but I'm intrigued. When you went with the intention of buying shoes that you were going to resell.
Yes.
Okay.
It was intentional. I spoke to a few of my friends, my colleagues. So I just did a little bit of market research to make sure that, well, this is viable. So I already had people who were ready to buy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
then you go the second time.
Second time I went there. And the funny thing is, without knowing Brazilian Portuguese, it felt like it was a trip guided by God.
Amen.
The minute I walked into the airport, I just said, okay, now this airport is big. I don't know what to do here. The language barrier and everything. I went to information desk. The lady closed down the desk, walked with me. You know, when everything was so directed, everything worked out perfectly.
Sure.
Until I got to the factories, it was like, it was quite a journey because from Sao Paulo, it was about 2 hours flight.
Sure.
So that was quite far.
Sure.
But when I got there as well, a lot of people didn't speak English.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we could communicate.
Sure.
And I ended up getting the shoes that I was really looking for. So that's how
it
started.
So at the time, were you what was the mindset? Were you thinking to yourself, I am starting my own shoe shop? Was it like, I'm starting my own shoe brand? Was it just, I want to see if people would buy? Like, what was going through your mind?
I'm a very practical person.
Okay.
So for me, it was experiential. But I knew that definitely there are people out there who are like me, who are looking for different shoes, I suppose. So I just said, God will direct it. You know, I didn't have any bigger plans, but I knew that I really want to source shoes and see where it's going to go. It's only while I was doing it, I think about the fourth time or so, I started seeing it as a brand. I could see the possibilities. That's when the plans started.
But so you go the first time or the second time you finally get the shoes, and are you able to sell them immediately? Is it like you have to convince people to come look at the shoes? What was that like, landing now with, I don't know how many you would have gotten?
It was about 70 pairs of shoes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, in my suitcases.
You know. So how did you get through customs?
You know, I just told myself that I'll learn. I just went straight to customs and said, I've got these shoes. I declared the shoes.
Okay.
Yes. So it wasn't even a difficult process at all. So I didn't even have to convince people. I just spoke to a few people. They came, they started buying shoes. And the nice thing is, at the time, the economy was so great. So people could buy 5 pairs per person. So it was easy to move that stock.
Sure.
So I used to go to Brazil almost every month.
Yo.
Yeah. So that happened for about 6 months.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so how were you informing, how were people knowing when you were back with the shoes? Because at this time you were still a full-time employee.
Even now. I so wish the story could be different. Unfortunately, I still am.
Yeah.
I would send them WhatsApp messages and send them pictures from my kitchen. You know, like look at everywhere in the house where I could find aesthetics that could work.
Yeah.
So that's all that I did.
Yeah. And then how many years ago was this again?
Shoot, this was 2013.
Sure.
So that's almost 12 years.
That is almost 12 years. What do you think in the 12 years has been your biggest lesson?
Planning. I would say planning.
Wow.
Because from their first experience, you know, you can just Google and think that, oh, I've got this out, you know, I've traveled before, there's a bit of experience, but without proper planning, when you execute without a plan, that's where
things go wrong.
Things go wrong, absolutely.